Well, good morning, all of you, and welcome to our Upper Mid Award ceremony. And this is a tradition that goes back, I don't know how many decades. It's a wonderful one. And I want to make just two brief remarks. One is about achievement and the levels of achievement on campus. And that's important, but I think the second point is actually more important because it's more about the culture of achievement we have. The first point I'd make is this. I hope that you never take for granted the level of excellence that you all bring to this campus. It's really extraordinary. And for teachers, it's so exciting to see. And it is in every form you can think about. It's occurred to me recently, I was thinking about the arts, I was thinking of the plays that I've seen this year. I was thinking of the Alumni Day and what we had there. Service of Remembrance is this beautiful memorial service we do. And the singing by Collegium and the play by the Chamber Ensemble in Woodward Chapel was just, absolutely hauntingly beautiful. One alum who had not been back on the campus in 50 years had tears in his eyes, and he said, "I've never heard such beautiful music," and to have that coming from students at that age, he thought was incredible. I was thinking of movies. Just think about the movies we've seen, and just in the recent weeks, of course, the Tribeca movie, and then also some of you saw that Day in the Life movie that we had played near the dining hall. And then if you go into the gallery, I was thinking about art and photography and sculpture and pottery. One student, or as Miss Chick, got an email from an alum who was visiting and was in the gallery, and who was asking if he could buy a particular painting done by a Taft student. So there's one of you out there who's now about to become a professional artist. And then a number of you were here for the dance show Sunday night, which was absolutely incredible, and it ranged from complete novices, who were great, shout out to that group, and then to the most elegant and the most refined and most sophisticated. I think of the levels of service and engagement in Watertown and Waterbury. So it's really remarkable. Tomorrow we'll think about athletics and recognize some of the great athletic achievement that we see. So everywhere you go, the campus is filled with the highest level of achievement, and that in itself would be an important point. But here's the more important point, I think. Somehow, all of you, and I think this goes back over the years and you've inherited this, have created a unique culture. Yes, this is a really competitive school and it's filled with high achievers, but you all have created an ethos where climbing the rungs of achievement do not mean you're stepping on someone else to ascend. That's critical to remember that. Your succeeding does not mean my failing. That is, Taft students, I think, see excellence, and they don't think that it comes at their cost, that it was some zero-sum game where if someone else wins, I must be losing. And that's the feel on some campuses. Not here. Your rising up doesn't mean that I've been forced down. Quite the opposite. There's a sense that we are all raised by this. There's a shared sense of pride, a mutual rising up, a belief that we're all elevated by the achievements of others. And I hope you never take that for granted, and I hope all of you perpetuate that. When someone else makes a brilliant insight in class, your own understanding is illuminated. You've all had that moment where someone says something and you think, that's just an amazing insight. And my own thinking about that novel or that historical moment or that scientific precept is changed. When my teammate makes an incredible play, her skill makes me more committed than ever. When the boy down the hall wins an award for academics or for a paper, it makes my own intellect sharpened in some way. So there's a sense that each of us has that it's really cool to be at a place where there's such high achievement, and I'm part of it. So if you think of today as being a recognition of individual scholarship, I also like to think that it's a celebration, and I hope that this is a small piece and the celebration of a unique ethos on campus where high achievement anywhere inspires excellence everywhere. And every one of you are part of this. And it's a delicate and beautiful thing, that ethos, and I hope all of you can keep it. And I hope you recognize how rare it is, and I hope you realize that you're made better by it, and your own achievement is raised for that. Now, one thing we do every year is recognize those upper mids international students who come for 1 year. And I often think about how remarkable it is. Taft is such a hard school, and for those students, and we're going to recognize 3 from Japan and Croatia and China, to come to Taft for so many miles away, think of the challenges. We know how hard it is. And then add on top of it communication with parents and how difficult that is, missing family, language differences. Taft's hard if your English is fluent. Imagine doing it in a second language. Food, the food is different. Educational ethos in the classroom can be very different. You have to make new friends, and a small thing that I know well is even jet lag. Even coming to Taft and having flown 8,000 miles can be difficult. So I think it's really remarkable what these students do, and that they have the courage to come, take the risk to come to a place for a year, and indeed a really hard school. So we will, as we always do, we will present certificates of attendance for international students. And so I'd like it, please, if Hannah Kimura, Tomislav Kurtovic, and Yiwei Ivory Zhu would come forward.
The Michaels Jewelers Citizenship Award. Sponsored by Michaels Jewelers of Waterbury, Connecticut, this annual award goes to upper middlers who have contributed significantly through their volunteer service in the community. This year, the awards go to Lauren Grace Fadiman and Zigomontis Giavaltis. The next award that I'm going to discuss is the one award today that is actually open to all students, not specifically upper middlers. So when I announce the person, you'll realize they're not an upper mid. The Roland G. Osterweiss Class of 25 Debate Prize. Roland Osterweiss was a brilliant Taft student who went on to a distinguished career as a professor of American oratory at Yale, where among others he taught George W. Bush and John Kerry. The Roland G. Osterweiss Class of 25 Debate Prize is given at the discretion of the headmaster to recognize that student whose dedication, passion, and ability in debate best embodies the legacy of Roland G. Osterweiss. This year, the award goes to Hannah Catherine Wilczynski. The University of Rochester Award in the Humanities and Social Sciences. This award is presented to that member of the upper middle class who has been outstanding in his or her work in humanities and social sciences. The award goes to Zigomontis Giavaltis. The Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute Medal goes to an upper middler for excellence in mathematics and sciences. This year, the award goes to Yiwei Ivory Zhu. The Bausch and Lomb Honorary Science Award. This award is presented by the Bausch and Lomb Company to that member of the upper middle class who has been outstanding in his or her work in science. The recipient this year is Sung Hwan Sunny An. The Brown University Award. Presented to that upper middler who best combines a high degree of ability in English expression, both written and spoken, with those outstanding personal qualities which, in the words of the Brown Charter of 1764, give promise that the student will become one of the succession of men and women duly qualified for discharging the offices of life with usefulness and reputation. It is awarded to Lauren Grace Fadiman.
The Fraker Family Award. This award is given by the headmaster to that upper middler who has distinguished him or herself in creating a close and diverse global community. And the award this year goes to Yuste Sima Nostake. The Smith Book Award is presented to an outstanding upper middler who exemplifies the academic achievement, leadership qualities, and concern for others that characterize the thousands of women who have graduated from Smith College. This year, the award is presented to Lauren Grace Fadiman. The Holy Cross College Book Award. This award goes to a member of the upper middle class who's been outstanding in academic and personal accomplishment, who's shown a sincere concern for others and a responsible attitude in all of their endeavors. This year, the award goes to Emily Grace Drakely. The Dartmouth Book Prize is presented to an upper middler who has demonstrated intellectual leadership and made a positive contribution to the extracurricular life of the school. And this year, the recipient is Jack Ross Elrad. He's running. You're not going to give him a silent treatment.
There we go.
The Jefferson Book Award. The Jefferson Book Award program was established to recognize outstanding high school students during their junior year. The award is presented by the school's committee representative to the upper middler whom the high school considers to best represent the Jeffersonian ideals of scholarship, leadership, and citizenship. The award goes to Andrew Matheson Ferrier. The University of Chicago Book Award. The University of Chicago Book Award is given to that student whose challenging coursework, intellectual engagement in and out of the classroom, ability to draw connections across academic disciplines, and commitment to the community mark him or her unique. And the award goes to Sydney Trevinan. The Princeton University Prize, awarded to the member of the upper middle class whose high honor roll standing and commitment to learning exceeds classroom requirements. The student's good character is evident in community service activities and outstanding contributions to the extracurricular life of the school. The award goes to Ziggy Givaltis. And then the Harvard Book Prize is awarded to that student in the next to last year of college preparatory courses, whom the headmaster, after consultation with the faculty, shall deem most worthy by result of high scholarship and high character. The award goes to Sunny An. So congratulations to all of you, and as I said the other day, best of luck on your exams as you close out the year. And remember that it's not, as I said at the start, it's not just that the level of achievement here is so extraordinary. It's that there's an ethos that we're celebrating each other, and that one person ascending does not mean any of us are descending. So it's in that spirit. I hope you have a great final days, you do really well, and then you go off to the summer feeling proud of your year. So with that, we are adjourned. Thank you.